Hi Morten, and welcome to the show.
Hi Jonas, thanks for having me again.
It's good to see you again, Morten. So Morten, in our MSP business, we have a lot of customers that have the need to offboard some of their employees on a regular basis. And the issue is that we often have a written procedure for offboarding users, but when we do it, it's dependent on who is doing the offboarding. So if Søren is doing the offboarding, it's done in one way. If Ole is doing the offboarding, it's probably done in another way.
Right.
So we would like to make that consistent across all of our customers. So Do you have any solutions for me on that?
Yeah, I know what you mean, Jonas. Offboarding can be quite an extensive process. You need to cover a lot of steps, and you roam around in a lot of different tools, and it's really can be quite complex. We have a solution for that. In the latest update of EasyEntra, we have implemented a nice wizard that will allow you to automate the decommissioning process. So should we have a look at that?
Oh yes, automation is the number word here, so let's do that. Great. Yes, please.
I'll fire up my demo here and we'll have a look. Alright, Jonas, I'm here on my Windows 11 PC. As you can see, I have EasyEntra installed, and I have a number of users, and one of them we're gonna try and offboard that user. So we have a user here. We have a lot of properties configured, address, the account information, some profile information, some organizational information. We have a manager configured for the user. We have some group memberships, some on-prem groups, some cloud-only group memberships. Licenses are assigned, and we have a mailbox with some delegation configured. We have the ability to do forwarding and automatic replies. That's currently not configured. So in order to offboard a user account, you can right-click the account and select Decommission, and that will bring up the offboarding wizard. So you have various points here. Some are pre-selected, but you can change them. You can also, when you change them and perform the decommissioning, the next time you do it, it will remember your settings. Also, if you have a team that need to do decommissioning on a frequent basis, you can actually deploy a standard setting so that everybody will be offboarding in exactly the same way.
Very good.
So let's have a look at the options here. It's a two-step wizard. We have some account options, and then on the next step we're going to have some mailbox settings. But of course you want to disable the account, and in EasyEntra when you select disable here, it's going to disable both the on-prem account but also immediately disable the cloud account. You can revoke sessions, meaning if the user has active sessions, they'll be logged out and being unable to authenticate again since it's getting disabled. We can reset a password. You can just alter the password if you want something different here. Then typically a lot of organizations, they want to, as part of the decommissioning, they want to move the account to a decommissioning OU, and I have actually one set up here. So let's move the account to that one. You can configure a display name, and basically it's just gonna put an inactive text next to the standard name here. We can put a description. Also, it will fill out the date of today. We can remove group memberships, so on-premises groups and cloud groups are immediately removed from the user account here. We have the licenses. We want to remove that, and probably maybe you also want to remove the profile picture, so I'm going to select that also. So these are the account settings you can select per your requirements. When you hit next, we'll go to the mailbox settings, and you have a lot of options here. You can hide it from the address list, convert it to a shared mailbox so you can keep the information historically. There may be some legal things you need to consider, so of course that needs to be in place. Then you can configure a delegate, and by default, as you saw before, this is actually the manager of the user, and that will be selected by default. If you have a replacement employee that you want to delegate to instead, you can simply just change what user account you want to delegate to. And the delegate process, it has three possible selections here. One is to grant mailbox access, so this will set up send as permissions and full access permissions to the mailbox. You can set up a forward, meaning inbound email to the mailbox is going to be forwarded to the delegate. And then finally you can set up an automatic reply, and this is already pre-filled with a standard message, so you have a notification that the user is no longer with the company and you need to contact the delegate if you want further assistance, and there is some company name information here. You can of course change this if you want to. Then we maybe want to remove all of the existing permissions of the mailbox. And then one thing is the calendar events. If the user has set up meetings with coworkers on future dates, those events are going to be in the calendar of the people invited for the event. If you don't clean this information up, then you might have some trouble removing the events from the participant's calendar. So this checkbox here is going to send out immediately a cancellation for all future events for this user.
Yes, I know it's a real pain to remove those events afterwards.
Yeah, if you tried that, then certainly you know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
And then finally, we have the inbox rules. The user might have set up a lot of rules on the system, shuffling emails here and there. It could be with forwarding or putting them in various folders. And to eliminate that, we're simply going to wipe the inbox rules to make sure we have a simple setup for the mailbox. With all these selections in place, when you click Next, you have the ability to review the account with the selections in place. So nothing has been done yet, and you can see what's going to be configured, and you can modify anything that you want to modify here. So we can see that the display name is going to be changed. There's a new description on the account. If we go to the groups, you can see that the group membership is going to be removed completely. When you look at licenses, you can see that licenses are unassigned. And if we go to mailbox, it's going to be converted to a shared mailbox. It's going to be hidden. We have some forwarding set up to the delegate. We are keeping a copy of that. We have automatic replies. We have the automatic reply configured that we saw before. And if we go to the if we go to the permissions, all the permissions have been removed from the user account, and the delegate is configured with send as and full access. So you can make any changes that you want here. Once you're happy with the configuration, you hit the decom button here. That's gonna start all of the steps, and they're running in the background. You can do other stuff here while you wait for that. And once it's completed, usually it takes around 10 seconds, then you're basically good to go. So we're gonna do I'm gonna do a refresh here, hit F5, and the user has disappeared magically because of course it's been moved into the retired OU. It's been disabled. We have the new description on the user account, and if we go and have a look at the settings, we can see that stuff has actually been configured that we wanted. So in the cloud, the replicated group memberships are still in place. They will be cleared on the next synchronization. If you have dynamic group memberships, you need to modify whatever configuration is putting the user in the dynamic groups. The licenses have been unassigned, and if we look at the mailbox, we can see that the forwarding is in place, the automatic reply is in place, and we have the delegation set up exactly like we wanted it. So a nice and clean process, and much more easy to remember all the steps and to do it the same way for all of your employees. Yeah, so I hope you liked this process, Jonas, and find it useful.
Very nice. I imagine I can use this in my MSP business and save a lot of time using this for offboarding customers in the business.
Perfect.
So that was very good, Morten. I like it as usual. Very good.
Great.
Thanks for showing me this.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Jonas.
Yeah, nice to see you, Morten.
You too.
Talk soon.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.